pas en pite.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at XRP, and yeah, I am absolutely 100% ready for all the trolls. I don't know why they would do it, but I'm sure they will, to flood my beautiful comment section with hateful messages about XRP. But you know, it all helps the algorithm. Say what you like, I don't mind. Right, so believe it or not, XRP's actually got a very strong buy signal on it, I know, on its Bitcoin pair as well. So not on the Tether pair. It is brewing a decent move on the Tether pair, but it's not the same as what we see on here. So given what we expect with the market, which is basically nothing, basically sideways, generally speaking, trying for Bitcoin to try to reclaim some of these areas of significance. Currently, it's still in a corrective phase on its 4-hourly after generating similar signals of its own that on a smaller term time frame that XRP's done on a daily. We are in the process of creating higher highs and higher lows, but still currently just in its corrective phase at the moment after this rally. So, you know, Bitcoin will play a role in this. You know, if Bitcoin really does not like the idea of going any higher and decides it wants to break down below 40, then obviously things will change. But for the moment, it's not, and so we have to, I suppose, if you really want to take you know, a chart on face value, then that's what we will do. And so what we see here for XRP is this massive move up. I'm not entirely sure why it was so aggressive, but I suppose this is how it does. And I suppose going back just over a week, we did notice that there was on the 4-hourly a very strong signal of the same degree on its tether pairing. So I mean, it did move up, and it moved up quite nicely, and it still held some decent strength. We see that it's above the 200 exponential, but none of this is important. It's not about its relationship to moving averages, although that is nice. What it is, it's all about this, which is your conversion baseline cross. This is your Ichimoku cloud. A nice portion of it's gone green over here, which is good. We've got a cross above the cloud. We've got the price above the cloud as well. We've also got the Chiku span above the price, right? So these are the 3 components, and not this. This is for the 4th component, but this will help as well. 3 components with an extra little kicker over here to suggest an actual trend. Yeah, rather than just a move like this one, an actual trend begin. Now, in XRP's life, this is how XRP moves. I know XRP like a brother, really, or a sister. And when it does do these uptrends, they're fast and they're aggressive, and then they fizzle out quite quickly. So this, although it is a strong signal, and our relationship to moving averages currently is actually quite good, if this does go to an uptrend, like a significant one, versus its Bitcoin pair, where could we possibly go, and what sort of gains are we looking at? Well, first of all, we've got these areas, 45% to this previous high over here. Then we've got this top kind of high over here, which is effectively 57. Then we've got this major peak over here, which is basically a 100% move. So this is a Bitcoin pair, so we can't really speculate particularly about what that would mean for the actual price of an XRP. But we were thinking about this on its tether pair not that long ago, about how it's in this giant correction, and we have these mountain and molehills. So you got your mountain, your molehill, your mountain, your molehill, but generally spends much more time correcting than it does pumping. And if we were to break out of this, and it looks like it's, you know, this is you want these formations to break at about 70%, 75% of the way through. You don't want them to hang on to the very end, because that's where you're likely to get either a fake out or a fake breakdown or whatever. It just becomes less relevant. We are more or less in that specific area now where really this formation, if it were to choose a direction, it should choose soon. And so then we can do our measured move, basically from the support, which is the bottom of this support down here, to the top of which is the mouth of the formation, and it points roughly, let's just say we break over here, does point roughly to about $2.10. Now that is more than 100% on its tether pair, and remember, you know, we're talking about 100% for its Bitcoin pair. We'll be talking 137% for its tether pair. Now again, this hasn't broken out yet, but this has formed, right? So this generally is a decent signal, one that I would usually say, and I still do. The Itchy Cloud is a really good leading indicator. It's got a very high degree of success, telling you, especially with this particular indicator now that it's formed right now, very, very likely to play out. But it doesn't have to. Remember, we are at the mercy of the market, like, so just remember that, trolls. But it is just an indicator, and this is how you play it. And this is what it means. So I think for this to really brew and continue to brew, because this is in the bag now, this won't be cancelled out unless, of course, this cheeky span touches the price action. And as we've got a nice big dip in this price action over here, that would give us, you know, a little bit of leeway for lower prices on a, you know, to dip down, you know, maybe, you know, even below 1700 sats, you know. That could all happen so long as we springboard and don't touch the price action. So we're talking about this cheeky span touching price action. That would cancel it out. It would mean it's void. So would this blue over here crossing this red. That would cancel it out. But generally you don't really see that sort of going negative unless, of course, we had a massive nuke in the market. And we could. There's no reason why this signal has to play out in the form of in the wake of a market nuking, and that could obviously happen. So it's, you know, every altcoin has to be taken with a pinch of salt, especially in a market which is largely driven by Bitcoin, which at the moment is kind of neither here nor there. But I will hold a little bit of weight onto it, and I'll be more hopeful than I am pessimistic about this. It does look quite good. So we just go over to the tether pairing. Everybody knows that by now, or they should know, that the 200 exponential is the line in the sand for XRP. That currently comes in at 87 cents, so we do need to reclaim 87 cents for it to then gain the power. What I would imagine seeing, to be honest with you, just in typical XRP fashion, is that we do, because at the moment we're gaining supports above most of these moving averages today, just on the 10 exponential, but we're still above the center of the Bollinger Band, quite far away from that. So there's still opportunity for this to dump down or pull back and then springboard out. Getting above this 200 exponential is the main thing, right? Because in historical terms, we basically retest this and do massive rallies. That's generally how it works. Yeah, it is the ultimate in every way. So being below it is no good. Being above it, that's where the party begins. Obviously, being inside this corrective descending triangle is obviously no place to be as well, so you need to break above that also. And then arguably the $1.04 zone, which held as support stroke resistance, you know, for going back almost a year now. What I'm basically saying is that XRP looks quite good to me. It does look quite good. If we were to break out here and move above areas of 98 cents, what we would be looking for would be another Ichimoku cloud signal, but this one would be generated in a different way. This would have a green portion here, we'd have price above the cloud, we'd have the Chiku span above the cloud as well, and we've already got our positive cross down here. That would be a pump signal rather than a continuation of a trend, and that could be the one that launches us first outside of the major areas of resistance all the way up to that $2.10. So I'm not going to put my life on it, but it does look pretty good. There's signals all over the place, and I am actually quite hopeful for XRP. I also welcome the views, and I know that people like to watch XRP videos, or they used to anyway. I don't think anyone's watching anything at the moment, but I'll put this on with a nice bit of clickbait. I'll make a nice jazzy $2.10 in the bag. Definitely going to happen, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But the signals are there, and that's what we look for. That's how we play them. Right, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.
Pas en pite.